Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome, everybody, to the May 21st Michigan PR Group meeting. We're having a roundtable meeting today, so it's open for questions, concerns, thoughts, suggestions, whatever anybody has to help, us in library land promote our libraries to the communities. So I'll open up the floor. Anyone have any questions, thoughts, concerns to start us off today? All right, I guess I'll get us started today. So I've got a question that came in on email, and that is wondering if anybody was using Google Ads, and specifically if they were using the Koios, and I might be mispronouncing that on how you actually say that product, to help administer the Google Ads.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just waiting for Benny to show up. Once he hears me, he'll come upstairs.
And walk across the screen, hopefully.
And walk, yes.
So the question out there at the moment is if anyone is using the Google Ads that they give us for free. And then if anyone is using Koios, K-I-O-I-S, I believe it is, to help administer them.
I haven't heard of those, the Google ads. I mean, I know they exist, but I know the Facebook ads, but not the Google.
Yeah. Google will give you up to $10,000 a year in free ads. You do have to be a nonprofit, so you have to like go through your friends group, basically, or if you have a foundation or something like that. It can't be just as a government entity.
I see.
Because it does require a nonprofit number to go through it.
I'll check with Deb.
Yeah. Adam just popped in the chat how to, a link for it. So
nice.
how it works. Thank you, Adam.
Perfect. Is the link's in the chat?
Yep.
Okay. That was nice. You know, I do this and then I can't get back to the full meeting whenever I click on a link in the chat. Let's see. How do I do that?
Should be if you can pull up the window, if you're on a Windows device, if you have the Windows key, and then it should be at the bottom there that you can hop to Zoom if you're using it in Zoom as an app. Or if you're using it in a tab,
well, it just says launch meeting. Isn't that weird? It's happened before.
There'd be a Zoom icon down in your Windows tab there. That's how I re-accessed it.
Let's see here.
Looks like there's also a YouTube channel specifically for it too. That I've never really heard of it before. So I just put the link in the channel there, or in the chat there, and got a couple different ones of just how to create a few different ad or campaigns related to it. Best practices.
Yeah, and I'm changing back. All I have is the little skinny tab of like your pictures, and and nothing like to click except for, oh, hang on a minute.
So if you go view in the upper right-hand corner, you can usually switch it out.
Yeah, it has like 9, 2, 1 and talking only. Do I have to stretch this out? No. Hang on. And this always happens, so I never like click on the links because I never can get back. I can, let's see here. Now I can just see everyone's little icons, like your pictures, but it's not the same as it was. Like Kelly, you were like full screen, like it doesn't go to full screen when people are talking. And all, yeah. This is so frustrating. Sorry, guys.
Gotta have the love-hate relationship with technology.
Yeah, and I'm usually pretty good. But this is the one thing that has never worked for me, because now I'm in support. I don't want to be in support. So, well, I can see everyone, so that's a good start.
All right. So it looks like the Google Ads might be something we'll have to revisit over the summer if people get a chance to play with it.
Yeah. Yes, I will definitely mention it to Deb. If I click launch meeting, can you just add me back in again?
Oh, certainly.
Let's just do that. Hang on. I'll have to figure this out. Did you get the launch meeting?
Nope, you're still here. So you could
Isn't that
always
weird?
end it and then rejoin us.
Okay, let's do that. It's not letting me. It's weird. I'm wondering, oh, hang on a minute.
So who else has a question for the group this month?
I came without questions today.
I've been wondering how Ferndale's success went with their programs at they did at was it the Woodward Avenue Brewery, and another one you did where you met up and discussed your favorite album and came prepared to defend it. Jeff, I don't know if you guys are. I didn't note the date because I know I wouldn't be able to make it, but did you already have that event?
First of all, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. That's our new album club, and actually hasn't started yet. It's July 25th.
Cool.
That's happening July 25th. It's going to be bi-monthly. The first group, as far as the canon of albums that we're debating, is of course the Beatles, because where else would we start? But we're gonna get wild after that. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. We've also got a writers group that's starting up inside of another brewery nearby called the Ferndale Project. We're gonna see how that goes. We're calling that First Drafts because of course you can have some beer while you drink or while you That's June 3rd. Registration's full, but album club registration opens very soon. Anyone
I
who is welcome to join us.
I had the opportunity to mention it to our marketing group, and well, my idea was the whole movement or Detroit Electronic Music Festival. For those who have been around long enough, we
Mhm.
thought that I don't know if I have the appropriate demographic. We're in a different demographic than you, but maybe we were going to bend it toward techno if I can get enough people on board. So try to tie it in with Memorial Day happenings.
Very cool.
Would it be a group that's just meeting to talk about music?
Well, we use the Rusty Bucket as a meeting area for some of our yeah, it would be just for music, but it could be anything. But we would meet at the Rusty Bucket, and they were, as long as we made the minimum purchase, they would let us have a private room. So we did it for book discussion groups. And
Nice.
we've tried several places where we're out in the general, for lack of a better term, general population is too noisy, because we have a couple of great restaurants, but they don't have private meeting rooms.
Yeah.
So I was thinking along the same lines. We don't have near as cool a brewery as the Ferndale Project or the Woodward Avenue, but it was just, an idea I threw at the group to move us into a different area of
Oh yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Because that's a great idea. I mean, that's really a good idea for you guys.
Yeah, I don't see any breweries near you guys. I see the Griffin Claw in Birmingham.
Trust
That's
me. Yeah.
Yes. We
I
have
had
the
even
same idea of the demographics, Peter.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I had also tried to fashion it as a I mistakenly called it a rave in front of the director, so I think I'm getting some negative press over that part of it. But just to I think techno is coming into maybe its 45th or 50th year, especially Detroit techno.
Mhm.
And we've had a couple of patrons who are really keen in. I haven't really looped them in yet, but they've been, if you know anything about techno, they've been ordering a lot of stuff through Melcat from the Belleville Library, which seems to have a rich wealth of like the original music from the beginnings of that stuff.
The
So
Belleville 3.
Yeah.
thank you. And so, even as far as reaching out to the Belleville 3 and getting them to come here to do academic type, I don't know if they want the walls shaking and the floor jumping and all that, but
Sure.
just to discuss, the meaning and the birth and all that whole jazz. So we'll see. It's a hard sell. It's a tough sell, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, not to make a DJ record pun here, but it's all about the right spin.
Yes.
That's two. We're
Oh, I
keeping
have
track
the
of
third
these. Well appreciated, though. Much appreciated.
one.
Yeah, first draft was amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean, that's half the job, is coming up with cute names and silly puns.
Marketing.
Folks, that's half the job.
Yep.
Marketing.
Right now, I'm in the process of actually trying to fashion a Melcat sales campaign throughout the staff. So I'll be giving I'm being the directive is to give a speech about Melcat. That was the only directive. So I've been coming up with these little taglines, and one of our talented individuals over in IT actually said, "Do you want me to write you a jingle?" And I'm like, "Do I want you to write me a jingle?" So now he's asking me, well, what do we set it to? What kind of music, what genre or whatever. So the only thing I could come up with so far was change the words to Harry Belafonte's Deo. That looks pretty good. That's promising. And then the new one is for those of you who are old enough, Muskrat Love. That seems to work out as far as the lyrics can be easily converted to Melcat Candlelight. You know what I'm talking about. So
I think I like Deo.
Deo, little dancing
taking
packages
photos.
and books. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's going to win out. So
I love
Get
it.
rid of Beetlejuice. I mean, not that,
that's a good idea.
yeah, not that that's the main reason we know about Deo. I mean, Harry
Yep.
Belafonte, but it is a tie-in.
Well, we also have, I can't figure out the lyrics just yet, but we also have Let's Do the Mel Cat Again from Rocky Horror Picture Show. So there's tons of them. They
Mhm.
just don't go deep enough to,
Just a clip
develop.
to the left,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
One good pun deserves another,
Yes.
Jeff, I thought. So
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
all about getting local creatives to help you out with stuff. Working.
yeah, it's a tough sell because we're a quote unquote conservative library, but I think we've got some new blood over in the adult services, so they're at least open to listening to the ideas. So
Nice.
that wasn't the case before. So not to disparage anyone, that's not why we're here, but things are looking brighter now. So for us poor creative types,
It's good to have support,
it's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing.
not to disparage it, just so it's not everyone's thing.
Well, just to be able to see the vision. If I tell you, that's one thing, but if I draw you a picture and build a map and a PowerPoint, and you still say, I don't see it. It's like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
How many of you face that with some of your marketing ideas where I think I'm brilliant. Anyway, so I come up with these great ideas and they're sometimes soundly rejected because they're, for lack of a better term, too outside the box. So I have to sort of rein my creative juices in and, try to work within the parameters. I'm not a librarian, so I'm not responsible directly for marketing most of this stuff. So,
Mhm.
but I do try to help where I can because I can pun with the best of them. So that's another pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry if this is turning into like Marketers Anonymous. I'll shut up
No.
after this one.
Yeah.
But
Hey, no, it's fine.
uh right now we're promoting quite a few great programs. We do great programming and we're promoting it, but I would really I have strongly suggested that we make some of our marketing materials more bumper sticker headline than handout, because they just basically blow up the handout and make a poster. And I'm trying to explain it that if I'm walking past a thing with a bunch of words on it, I'm not going to read it. But if it's an impactful picture and a couple of words that that sticks, and you're more likely to read it if it doesn't look like it's a newsletter blown up to 20 by 30 or whatever. So
Absolutely, that's key because
that's very painful to me.
I always use the highway sign analogy that if you can't see it
Absolutely.
driving 70 miles
F50,
an hour down
right.
the highway and get
Going
an
55 miles
image
an
in
hour.
4 words,
yeah.
it's gone.
Right.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
this is why I tell anyone who's working on Canva that you're making a flyer for an event. For the love of God, just make sure date and time are the biggest font.
Yes.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
When I I do a lot of Instagram squares. That's sort of my default size because it works on both Instagram and Facebook. I'll often need to I'll just trying to streamline, adapt the existing poster to that little post, and I'll be like, delete photo, date, what is it, and that's just how it has to be. That's what people see, especially while you're scrolling. I mean, that's if it can catch your attention.
Right.
And the people that create those, they understand, and they're actually working on some of them, making the square for me, and I'll work with that, but it's a process.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
uphill, but a process. Yes.
Yeah, it's so hard when there's so many words, and it's just not necessary. But again, not to disparage,
Not
people
to
are doing
disparage.
their jobs,
Absolutely. To the best of their abilities.
yeah.
And as Angela put in the chat, she said, you need staff to buy into the idea because then they will generally talk it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've also been, trying to come up with some Mel stuff for social media because, it's an untapped resource. I mean, we have our favorites that always use it, and it's their favorite. I mean, we have very loyal patrons who use Mel a lot. And, but it's interesting because Mel has started coming up with, hey, here's this, and I'm on the mailing list. So you get this, oh, we're focusing on this. And so still haven't gotten to the streamlining, mostly if I post something about Mel, I'm like, go, check it at huntingtonwoodslib.org, and, at least direct them to the website to do it. But Mel has a lot of cool stuff. And that's something that Deb is our director, for those who don't know, that we've been kind of brainstorming about, like, how can we get this out here? And we had the Mel, person from Mel visit and explain the different things. And that was really helpful to explain how the databases are available. And, it's not just about books or items, and
Right.
And if we ever have like a job thing, you can promote the whole thing that they have, like the job search option, where you can plug in your stuff and they give you, suggestions as to what would be a great job for you. And that could be really useful to people to know about that even exists. And so
I'm going to propose a big ask right now. If you have any materials that you had saved on your computer, can you forward them to me at the Bloomfield Township?
yeah.
Because we're starting at the real beginning. I intend to show folks how the staff members, well, first of all, nobody knows what Melcat means, so we're going to go around the room and do the trivia session, explain to them the very basics of it. And then my next intent is to show them how to order something and get a pledge that they will try to order something. But the data, I hadn't even thought of that end of the resource where the actual Mel website offers all this additional these additional things, because we send out far more items and materials than we receive in. So I do want to grow the business, so to speak. So
yeah, definitely. Peter, you're at Bloomfield Township.
Yeah, it's my last name, Banks, PET, at btpl.org.
And feel free to pop that in the chat too, Peter.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Banks, PET at btpl.org.
Yeah, and you're at Huntington Woods. I'll send you a reminder or something.
Oh, good. Yeah, Kay Debrinsky. And I'll tell you, because it's kind of, they've switched our emails a little. Kay Debrinsky at hwoods.
Okay.
.org.
How do you spell your last name?
Oh, DUBRINSKY. The Y is very important.
All right. All right.
Yeah, because go on, sorry.
No, thanks a bunch. Yeah, definitely.
Hey,
Those are
no
good
worries.
ideas. Those are good ideas.
We do a lot of Mel. I used to order Mel. I used to handle that aspect of things, and it's different, especially if you get TLN stuff. Mel is separate. So it was a big learning curve for me. And but then I started realizing all the other stuff they have. And I mean,
Right.
it's such a resource, but it has to be simplified. You can't just say, hey, go to mel.org. It's like, no. So,
Absolutely. Yeah,
but
that's a very good point.
We can share stuff back and forth. I'll see what I have, but I'll definitely keep you in the loop with what we're doing.
Okay.
I love that.
I'll shoot some of the stuff that I come up with, because I feel that sometimes, because we're going around the library right now, which is a good idea, and each department monthly is responsible for some kind of introductory chat about their department, roughly 15 to 20 minutes. And I've been to roughly 8 of these things, and they're all exactly the same. When a PowerPoint is the highlight of your speech, it's so I'm trying to incorporate some more entertaining, memorable type things. That's why we're, coming up with the jingle, and it sounds silly, but it sticks in my opinion. So
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
Well,
people
Peter, once you
learn different things,
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Kelly?
I was gonna say, well, once you have your jingle, I expect a performance of it here,
It'll be the video will be widely available. It's going to be at the Cannes Film Festival premiere first. So
Okay.
I'm talking real good stuff here. So
Oh yeah.
are you ready for
And Adam,
are you ready for a talking tote named Theodore? That's all I'm asking. Still haven't figured that out just yet, but we're working on it.
and Adam also posted in the chat some promotional material for Mel, because you guys are right. Mel is a wonderful resource, and I think it's something that all 50 states should replicate. So it's some of the best use of our tax money that there is out there.
And that's a very good point. I've only been in this, well, two years seems like a long time, but learning curve on Mel, like Kay was talking about, every day is a new day, and you find out something you didn't know yesterday. So I would be curious to find out how many others. I know New York uses a similar type of thing. They often call it interlibrary instead of Mel. But and we distinguish between those two because I don't even handle the interlibrary loan stuff. I let the librarians do that because that's usually far more costly if we damage or lose an item. So I let them take care of that as far as people who are doing research or whatever. But the general orders, that's the end of it I handle. And yeah, for me, the paperwork is the most of the challenge. I got a great team of people who help me get that stuff sent out and brought in every day. But trying to keep up with lost items and billings and all that, it'd be nice to have an accountant handle that part. But our accountant's busy paying the bills. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about me. I'm tired of talking now. So. What are you guys all working on? Yeah, I know.
Well, we do have a question in the chat from Angela, and she's asking if other libraries are promoting Get Set Up, the program for seniors. And that's a great resource. I know I have an email in my inbox about it. Like I keep meaning to get back to it to look into it further, but I haven't yet. Is anyone else doing stuff with Get Set Up?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Neither am I. We're gonna have to look that up.
What is it called again?
Get Set Up. Let me find the URL, hop over, find that. And
we have a large senior community. Part of my job has been discovering really who is in our community and what social media do they go on. And ours, Facebook, is the winner. And I know that that's a demographic, so. Did you put it on the, let's see.
I popped it in the chat. So it's getsetup.io.
I'll definitely check up in that. Thanks, Kelly.
We'll have to check that out, and we'll have to report back, just like for the Google ads for later in the summer, and see if
that's a good idea.
Somebody gets inspiration.
So did they, about those ads, did they contact you, or like how Facebook ads, they pop up in Meta, and they're like, don't you want to do this? And it's like, no. How?
I can't remember. I know I've seen it on I think Michelle Bell a little bit. And I know I've gotten emails, and it was one of those, I've just played around with it a little bit. We've got to get code installed on our website to work. And so I'm talking with our tech folks about that. So
yeah, that would be interesting.
And, yeah, Angela put on for Get Set Up. It's part of upload.net, and it was put on the website through the Library of Michigan, and it's available to all Michigan libraries.
Oh,
He doesn't know if it's available. I know I've seen it up on the listserv, but I've got to look into it more.
Well, I think it's actually the Department of Health and Human Services who's kind of the lead on it, because I put the press release in the chat from late last year where they were the ones that kind of created that partnership a few years ago, but then the Library of Michigan got involved because it was a way of then getting that information to a lot of people through libraries. And my guess is that they probably then also added it as a cloud component, because why not?
Yeah.
A lot of libraries are using cloud, so it's good to have it on there. But yeah, if you look through that press release, there's a good paragraph that kind of talks a little bit about it at the end about what it is. But then there's some stats and other things a little bit earlier in it, that residents over the age of 50 can access it, learning platform, participate free of charge, peer-led classes, all that good stuff. And I think there's a specific Michigan URL. It's this one, where you can explore the different classes that they have on there.
Oh, very cool.
very cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mouse has decided not to work today.
That's some good discussion going. Who else has any kind of questions or thoughts for the group?
I was wondering if anybody was seeing strange numbers on their TikToks lately, because we had kind of settled into, we were slowly but steadily building our followers and getting our views up, and we had kind of gotten to a point where we were typically getting about 1,000 views on all of our videos pretty consistently. And then like the last two we posted got like 20 or 60 views or something, and like didn't seem to even be making it to all of our followers. And so I was curious if that, because I know that was kind of around the time when all of the like presidential and congressional stuff was going on about TikTok, but I didn't know if like other people were seeing that lately, or because it didn't seem like we did anything different with the way we posted it in terms of, how we tagged it or how we uploaded it or anything like that. So, and it seemed like when it wasn't even like reaching all of our followers, like, even getting the minimum of the people who followed us seeing it, like it seemed like something was going on.
Did you get a message? Sometimes when you click the insights, we've kind of taken a hiatus from TikTok right now. None of the followers were our patrons, and so I've had to divert my efforts otherwise for now. But sometimes when I would notice a low number, I'd click the insights and it would say this is not available to promote through the For You platform, which means your followers. And then they would give reasons like, they were insulting reasons, like not creative enough, this, that. We'd had some lower responses, but I did get a few of those. And I even got one where we'd made a video, but then realized that TikTok or my user area or whatever it was didn't upload the entire video. And so I'm like, oh, shoot, this is not complete. So I deleted it and then reposted it And immediately they said, nope, it's not original. It's like, well, yeah, because I just
Hmm.
posted it and deleted it. So then I appealed that and they eventually restated it. But
And
but
you said
sometimes,
you said you were finding this where? Like where what
so if you go on TikTok, you can if you're in one of your posts, down near
Like-
the bottom, it says more insights. If you click that, it will give you insights as to, you know, your watchers and how long they watched. But sometimes there'll be a message. This has not been available to promote through the For You.
I'm not
And-
even seeing the insights thing.
Oh, let me see.
Um, hmm. Well, I'll take a look at that. That's good to know. I mean, I don't need to.
Yeah, and we can, I mean, if you want to email me, definitely.
Oh yeah, maybe you could like show me a screenshot or something like that,
Yeah.
just in case I'm missing it, which is very possible.
Yeah, I can do that. So,
Well, that'd be great.
and that may not be the case, you know, it just, I know that that's occurred to us for a couple times. And of course, you're like, what?
Yeah, it's
Native?
just it was very strange that it like happened with the last 2 or 3 that we posted, where it's like
Mhm.
seems like something is actively happening to.
Yeah. Is your email on the like list of,
Oh, I'll put it in the chat here real quick.
thank you.
PSA to anyone out there, to simply don't stress about this. Social media is inherently chaotic and fickle, and I have no doubt that many of you will find yourselves going viral within the next month, and this is just an ebb and a flow. So just keep
Yeah.
doing your best. Just keep doing your best.
Oh
Yes.
no, not that they're
Great mantra, Jeff.
it's just one of them happened to be, you know, a work of art, so it was very disappointing.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
it's terrible.
we've all seen those memes in real form by now of influencers who are like, I spent 9 hours on this, it got 10 likes. That
Yeah.
happens.
We
It
did the
happens.
library ghost one, and everyone's getting like 3,500 and we got 50. And
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. And they're like,
Yeah.
it's not original. I'm like, none of them are original.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Everyone's
that's
the
what
same
TikTok
thing.
is, right? I mean,
It was so disappointing, but we got over it.
yeah. No, I'm like probably, you know, we're still gonna have a goal of you know, building these videos and everything, but
Mhm.
you know, not necessarily making them strictly for the TikTok audience, you know, just because not knowing what's going to happen with that, but still, you know, like making them to put on Instagram and Facebook and things. So,
Yeah, in Canva, you make a mobile video and it works for everybody. So
yeah.
I've also noticed too that Instagram sent a message one time or somehow shared a message that they don't like it when you share a TikTok video with the TikTok on it.
Yeah.
And they will reduce your shows, you know, from that, you know, your shares. So
Yeah.
so I've started creating mobile video in Canva and then just sharing it directly with each item, you know, with each platform.
Yeah. No, that's what we've been doing too. So, and we've had the thing on TikTok where, like, I think probably similar to what you were saying, like, they'll not necessarily the message, you know, getting a specific message about not sharing the content or whatever, but they'll just kind of like take the audio out of our video because they say like, even though we used audio from TikTok,
Yeah.
they'll, you know, like say it's whatever. And like they'll post the video, it just won't have any, but they won't send us a notification about that. You'll just have to like play it and realize that it doesn't have audio. So
Was muted. Well,
Yeah.
and that happened too with Taylor Swift. And I know at one point she had taken all her music off TikTok and then now it's back.
hmm,
So, you know, for I'm not sure for what reason it had, and I don't know, but I did hear about that. So
yeah. Yeah, that was the one that we did a tortured poet video.
yeah.
You know, where like it was a literal tortured poet department answering questions from tortured poets. And so we like think maybe some of the audio there
Right.
must have caused some problems.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I think Jeff's got the right attitude. You just keep trying, and you know,
Yep.
social media is a beast unto itself. We can't control it. We just try to ride the waves of it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, how's everybody doing ahead of summer reading?
Getting it underway. I'm in contact with the teen and the children's librarian who are handling that social media. And so we have like a spreadsheet that, okay, and we've been doing this actually, where they'll put their events on the spreadsheet and the date of the event, and then when to start posting, how often. And so they'll put like daily, last week of, or something like that. And so I go through and I make sure I have all their stuff. Sometimes they'll make the Instagram squares. They know I like to work with those. So they've started making those in Canva. And then and we have like a PR folder in Canva, so we can kind of just go back and forth with it. And so we've started sharing, but we're gonna ramp it up a little closer to the start date. Actually, let me check.
When is everyone's kickoff?
15th, I think.
Or
Yeah,
June
June
17th.
15th. June 15th for us.
Yeah, let me go to Meta.
Any June 8ths in here?
Nope.
Oh, there's another. You got another June 8th there. Couple of them.
Nice.
Let's see here.
Just like Angela, we're June 17th.
Yeah, we are. Hang on. I don't have my notebook with me, but I've got the planner. We've got.
I know one thing we're doing, our youth librarians are trying to visit every school they can right now and get in the classrooms and talk it up to the kids.
Yes.
We had the good problem of we had to get more of our flyers because we've been able to visit more schools this year. So we needed more of those flyers to hand out. So I like those good problems.
Yeah, we have our batch of flyers that we give to the school, and they put them in everybody's backpack to send home with them. So,
Yep. I'm just checking something here. I haven't been on our library website. What if they're sharing it yet? Let's see.
you're mentioning on the library homepage, we ran into an issue where I kind of worked with our web people to redesign our homepage, and we built a space for like more noticeable announcements, like when we wanted to call out closures, or when we, the summer challenge or whatever. And it turned out we had to close our downtown branch for a year. So really that's been the only thing that we've been able to have up. So I can't use that space right now for the things I want to promote regularly.
Yeah. How soon does the downtown branch reopen? Hopefully soon.
End of summer, like early August.
Oh,
yeah.
So, but it's been closed since last July.
So we have Bounce into Summer Reading on Thursday, June 13th. And then we have summer reading registration in Pleasant Ridge, which is our sister community. We're the Huntington Woods Pleasant Ridge Public Library. And then, and that's poolside. And then summer reading kickoff day is registration for all ages at the Huntington Woods Library. So, and there's little stuff going on. Oh, we have a hula hoop, hoop dancing that day. So we've got it's like over a few days, but we specifically made the Pleasant Ridge like a separate, if they wanted to register in Pleasant Ridge, they could just go to the pool and sign up there. They didn't have to come out.
Well, that's a good place to catch the kids, is at the pool.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We just have the one elementary school in our city. I mean, Berkeley High, I know that the teen librarian shares things at Berkeley High, which is our high school. And then at Norup, which is our middle school, which is in Oak Park. We are sort of multi-community schools. We're Berkeley schools, but we only have one elementary in our square mile town. So I know they get over there and, you know, with the camps and stuff too.
Yeah. Anybody got some programs they're really stoked about?
Oh,
And we've had one we've had a luck with. It's a photo walk. So we hired a professional photographer. He leads a group of about, we cap it at 40, but frankly, if anyone shows up that day, they can come along, and we, knock on wood, we've had good weather the last times we've done it, and we just walk around our little complex. And one time it was a focus on nature. One time it was a focus on art. This is going to be a focus on macro. So finding the details and taking pictures of those. So
I think that's such a neat idea. I keep meaning to suggest it. We have art, you know, the DIA Inside Out art. Different communities have it. So I focused just on, because we have one on the library building, and so I focused, it's not an event, I focused on that. And then it's a Matisse, and so I posted books that we had that included Matisse or had Matisse. So I posted a photo of it and then check these out, you know, kind of thing. But because it's more city, I think the city would do a walk. I think they're planning that for the different artworks, but just looking through here.
and
It's
then
mostly,
said they're having a foam party. That sounds like a lot of fun.
We're
mostly
doing a
some,
we're doing a kickoff with a summer fair vibe with farm animal petting and bounce house and cake decorating and all that. So that should be fun.
it's fun.
Anytime, I don't know what it is at our, if you bring animals, people follow. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
animal events, like, you know, if you need, you can tack on, I love the idea of tacking on other stuff to it, because the animals draw the people.
Yeah.
But Natasha popped in that they've got Spoon Man coming for and a community art project and ice cream sandwiches. Yummy.
Ooh.
And Megan popped in. They've got Bill Nitschke's BMX stunt show coming at the end of July.
What is
and
it?
Their BMX stunt show. So
Oh, cool.
BMX bicycles. So, and that their teen service coordinator won a grant from the Youth Advisory Council for it. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that will be something to see, and that would be fun to take, you know, get like one of them reading a book, you know, reading a book on the bike, and make a good promo there.
One of our tween events, tween teen, they're making candy sushi. So it's like they take the just different things like Rice Krispie treats, and then they wrap them in like fruit leather and stuff like that. It just sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
That sounds very messy and very fun.
Yeah, they'll do it in the room with the kitchen, I think.
Oh, and Natasha put that they made candy sushi for their staff on April Fool's Day.
Oh, fun. Very fun. On April Fool's Day, we posted that we were going to be sharing, we're working on, we made a video about it with Jillian, our teen librarian, that we were going to be shelving everything in order by color. And so, you know, that book, that red book, you know, that you can't remember the title of, well, fear no more. It's all going to be in order by color. And so that got a lot of response.
And Nicole popped in the chat there. Oh, wow. They're setting up a temporary tattoo shop in the parking lot during the town's art walk and mural fest.
Oh, sweet.
And Laura popped in that what you were talking about, Karen, it's the aesthetic shelving system. The
The what?
aesthetic shelving system.
That sounds good too.
Righty. Anyone else have anything before we wrap up today?
I don't think so. Our book groups are doing good. Continue to promote those.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything else.
Oh, I have the quickest of questions.
Yeah.
Does anyone here, it's probably not a quick question, does anyone here have any programs, or is it all programs, in which you actually require a library card number to sign up?
Nope.
Only for things that start as open to residents, we do require that if they sign up through the website or if they call. I'm personally responsible for membership drives and all that type of thing. So I'm always trying to figure out when we have open programs, should we use the library card as a method of soft tracking just to generate interest about getting a library card, or
Sure.
you know, like it wouldn't be any anything connected with having it, but if you had to present it when you came in, you could, that's a way to interact without saying, do you have a library card? So
Interesting. We used to have things where if you signed up, I think it was with zip code. But I don't know that we still do that. And I think it was for things that like would just get packed quickly. And we wouldn't be able to expand the audience size. So it was like a zip code thing, because that kind of implies that you're affiliated, you know, with the library. And it would be Pleasant Ridge and Huntington zip codes, but I don't know if we do much of that anymore.
Right on.
Um,
I only ask, and this is a humble brag, but we actually have a program that fills up in 90 minutes. It's like a
Mhm.
Taylor Swift concert.
mhm.
And we're like, it doesn't even take a day. Like, I don't even have to market it. It's insane.
Which concert?
It's not a concert.
Or-
It's a puzzle tournament.
Oh, the puzzle. Okay, I misheard.
Folks, do a puzzle tournament at your library. It will fill up in 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Jigsaw puzzles, crossword
Mhm.
puzzles. Mhm.
Yeah, and I think it's only 500 pieces.
Wow.
And yeah, we've got some in the chat. Natasha popped in from Sterling Heights that they, for their expensive programs like Crafters Corners, that's only open to patrons with library card. And Heather popped in that the first week of registration is open to card holders only. And then if there's space after that, then it opens up to everybody. So that's kind of a cool way of doing it.
That's interesting.
And then Nicole popped in for tracking reading for the children over summer. They have to sign up with a library card, either theirs or their parents, and that the adult entries require a library card for the large prizes. And then Natasha popped in, they do puzzle competitions as well, that and they said, she also said they fill up very fast. So
Yeah. So if you're programming librarians or stuck for ideas, just do it.
Yep. Because we do have them for checkout. Well, I'm writing this down. So does anyone, sometimes we just cannot reach our adult audience. And we have what sound to be interesting programming, but I mean, like 6 people will come. you know, I mean, we don't have a huge population, but you know, you'd think you could get more than that for certain things. And so does anyone, like, I mean, we do the basic things, flyer on the wall. It's in our, we have like a monthly sheet that we put, it has like all the events and it's on our spinner. I post like a month, 2 weeks, a week, a day, you know, beforehand, and even more than that now. But any other ideas, you know, to just get participation? Am I missing something? And it's in the newsletter as well, in the city newsletter.
I say the only thing outside of that I've done that has worked is for, and I don't do this often, I pick and choose, but I know there's some patrons that are talkers that are big in the community and talk to lots of people, and I'll talk them up and say, hey, can you tell people about this? Because there is
Oh,
nothing like word of mouth marketing.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
in the chat, it's suggested to post something outside the library, like local restaurants or flyers at other local places if you can.
That's an idea.
Yeah, you gotta go where the people are. We were just at Ferndale Project for a movie night and I talked up the summer reading program and then people flocked to me right after the movie.
Mhm.
How do I do it? What is it? Tell me more.
Right, like like during an event or right
yeah.
after. Yeah. That's a good idea too. Thank you guys, because we want to get people in, you know, to these cool programs.
And then Nicole popped in the chat. They find they get the most participation when they go on location and collaborate with a community business or organization. They also said candies on flyers work great because people like free things and sweet things.
That's a great thing.
We're
Well,
considering doing we have it's not a group, but several Mahjong players come and take up our patron lounge every couple of days. So we're wondering if we need to try to unify that and grow a program from that, maybe a soft sponsorship of their ongoing thing. I think they would get a kick out of that. We haven't formulated our approach yet, but that's, you know, we're considering trying to do something in conjunction with those folks.
Mhm.
So if you see your patrons doing something and you can tap into it with whatever support you could give, a free room or prize support, I think that's something we're going to explore.
Mhm.
it's great when you have a built-in audience already.
Exactly. They'll promote it for you.
Yeah,
That Paige put in there, the Joy Luck Club.
definitely. I know we have a senior group, and our adult librarian, the person who plans the adult events, goes and meets with them once a month. But it's not always helpful. Different things come up during those meetings that, you know, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? It's like, well, we are. You just aren't seeing it, you know, like you have to come in and see the flyer or go on the website, or, you know, we feel like we're doing everything, but you know, we'll get the comments like, why don't you do this kind of thing? And it's like, well, we did last month. And so then I feel like, okay, what didn't I do? To reach everyone, which is why Facebook is becoming our platform. I mean, we have 3 times the followers on Facebook that we do on Instagram, even though I'm trying to change that because I like Instagram. But
But
course, go on.
You're never going to reach everybody. We have been hosting concerts at this library for 14 years. And even yesterday, someone will come up and say, so how long you been doing this?
Yep.
Yeah, that's thank you. That's encouraging.
I always tell people if we could actually reach everybody, you know, we would all be millionaires and we wouldn't be employed at the library. So because we'd be living the life of luxury.
That is true.
In the meantime, here we are chatting.
Toil.
So.
Yeah.
And then Nicole also posts up when they have events, they post on Facebook groups that buy, sell, trade, and that helps their reach too. So if you have a local buy nothing group or a
Oh,
local moms group on Facebook. And on that note, I want to respect everybody's time. So it's now, we've filled up an entire hour of discussion. So thank you, everybody.
thank you.
Our next meeting will be back. We got another roundtable meeting. It is Tuesday, June 18th is our next meeting. So mark your calendars. I'll send out the notices, of course. So, but thank you, everybody. This was a great discussion.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll
Bye,
be in touch
everybody.
with everyone I said I would. Good to see everyone.
Thanks.